Hey guys, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a co-op game called Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes is a 1 to 4 player co-op game from IDW Games, and this kind of follows the storyline of the movie where they crash on the planet and then they're trying to escape and they get captured and all that good stuff. And what you're trying to do is, essentially, you're trying to roll dice to beat these missions that are on some encounter cards in certain times of the game. And if you can meet a certain criteria before another criteria happens, you win. But if another thing happens, you lose. And there's multiple ways to lose and only one way to win. That's essentially the gist of it. Let's go down to the table and actually see how it plays. Okay, so here is Planet of the Apes, set up for a solo run through. It can play up to 4, but I'm just setting it up for 1 because it's already taken up a huge amount of the table, and we'll see where we go from there. So let me explain setup real quick. To set it up, you're going to set up all the scenes. They go 1 through 8. There are major scenes, which are 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8, and there are minor scenes, which are 1, 3, and 5. Minor scenes, you're basically going to flip. They're going to tell you to do things. Major scenes, you have to fight by rolling dice. You're going to put the special cards that look like this on the special area on the board. You're going to put the action cards that look like this on the action area, and you're going to flip 2 of them face up, which I've done right here. You're going to put the Planet of the Apes cards, look like this, down here where it says Planet of the Apes. And you're going to put the little sun tracker on the day marker, and you will put the Statue of Liberty mini or standee, whichever version you have, on 13. You will put your spaceship, which is the spaceship from the game, or the movie, on round 1, and we'll go over that in a second. And you're going to have Taylor, also known as Charlton Heston, and the ape at the side, ready to go. Alright, so you have a character. I'll show you my character real quick. They're all versions of Taylor. I am the Commander Taylor. You're going to have a special ability. This special ability is in the white section. I can take 4 actions instead of 3. And then I have another little ability down there by the eyeball that I can do if I spend one of these eyeball tokens, also known as a skill token. So that's a little bit of the overview of the card. And then you can get defeated. You can still play, but every time you get damage, it goes into the player, and you don't have a special ability, and your skill where the eyeball is terrible. So don't die. You get defeated by getting 5 wounds. And the wounds are those black markers down there. Alright, so now let's get into how we play this game a little bit. Alright, so on your turn, you have 4 actions. Well, 3 actions normally that you can take, but in this I can take 4. So the actions are right here. You can draw cards from the action deck. You can clear out the action deck. You can... what else can you do? You can trade in sets of cards from your tableau, or from cards that you've collected to do certain things. You can give an action card to another player. So kind of like Pandemic-esque a little bit, except there's no locations. We're all in the same location, so we can just pass cards and information freely. And we also start with a special card, which I forgot to give to myself, but I did right now. Alright, so that's the ability. Those will make a little more sense once we get started, but there's a look at the card again. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to start the game. And here's a breakdown of how the gameplay works. So I'm going to walk us through a minor phase and a major phase, or a major scene, and we can see how that works. Alright, so first thing I want to do, I'm going to go to scene 1. I'll flip the card. Here's what the card looks like. It's going to give you some options of some things you're going to do at the top. There'll be another section of stuff you can do, and then you're going to move on to scene 2. So in this instance, what I'm going to do is I can take 1 to 5 action cards of my choice, and for every card that I take, I have to roll a die. So I'll take these 2. These are good cards. They're Taylor. Let you roll dice. We'll refill. I'll take 1 more. So I get 1 more card. Okay. Now, I took 3 cards. So I have to roll 3 dice. The color is irrelevant right now. It comes into play later. If I roll odd numbers, I have to take a damage for each odd number that I roll. And I rolled 2 odd numbers, so I have to take 2 damage and put it on my character sheet. And that's that. All right, next thing it says is that's it. If we hit 5 damage or something, we can make some changes to the game, but we're not doing that. So now we're going to move on to scene 2. So what we do here is we move our boat down, our ship down to scene 2. We're going to flip the top card, which tells us a few things. You're going to see up at the top that it has a 13 next to Taylor and a 7 next to the ape. So we're going to put the ape on 7. We're going to put Taylor on 13. All right, so let me explain this a little bit. So the way that this works is we're trying to get Taylor to 0 before the ape hits 0. That's how we're going to beat the scene and move on to the next. If the ape gets there first, we still get to move on to the next scene, but bad things happen. And it's laid out on the card. So if the ape gets there first, the Statue of Liberty moves 3. Once the Statue of Liberty hits the end of the line, the game is over and we lose. So Taylor to 0 is good. Everything else to 0 is bad. All right, so we flip that card. We'll put it right here next to the active scene. Then it also says we have to flip 3 other cards. Now I can show you how these cards work. So I'll flip 2, and then whatever the third one is, I'll show you guys how it works. All right, so here's how the other cards work. So you're going to see they're going to give you the number of dice you get to roll, which cards get to be used in to affect the encounter. So as you can see, these you can only use Taylor cards. It's going to tell you how many other re-rolls you can get without using cards. And then it's going to tell you what you need to do to beat it. If you pass, it's in green. If you fail, it's in red. That's how all the encounters work. They have something you need to do, a good thing and a bad thing, and then how many dice you can place. Some of them are color coordinated. Some of them are not. These are all happen to be any color die. Okay, so now on my turn, I get to take 4 actions because I have the special guy that lets me take 4 actions. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some more action cards. Maybe I can get some more Taylors. No Taylor there. You can have a maximum of 7 cards, so that's 1 action. 2 actions. For my third action, I'm going to discard, you can see right here, I can discard 2 of the gorillas to get rid of a damage, so I'm going to do that. That'll be my third action. So I'll discard these. Get rid of a damage. And then for my fourth action, I'm going to try an encounter. Alright, so let's try this encounter right here. So I get to roll 3 white dice. I can use Taylor and the purple suit. I'm not sure what the name of that one is. I apologize. And I get to re-roll 3 times without using any cards. And I'm trying to get 3 of a kind, 2s or higher. So that's what we're trying to do. So I have some Taylor cards, so I'm going to use an extra Taylor. And I'll show you how the Taylor works. So this Taylor is going to give me a gray die. Color of dice on this encounter are irrelevant, so I just get an extra die to help accomplish the task. So now I'm going to get 3 whites and a gray. Alright, so I have 1 roll plus 3 re-rolls to get 3 of a kind, 2s or higher. So let's see what happens. Alright, so there's 2 4s, so we'll lock them in. Now I can re-roll 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, so I failed. But that's okay. I have 1 more Taylor card. That's going to let me re-roll 1 die. That's what that symbol at the bottom right there means. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to re-roll a die. And I failed. Alright, so I'm all out of stuff I can do. So I fail. So when you fail, you're going to look at the fail part of the card, which is in orange. And in this case, it's going to show that I need to move the Statue of Liberty and the ape. So that was definitely not good. So Statue of Liberty moves 1, ape moves 1. All right. And that was that turn. All right, now at the end of every player's turn, since it's just me, we're going to move it. So we would move to the nighttime. Round checker always moves unless there's some Planet of the Apes cards or some other cards that let him not move. And then I'm going to take another turn. So let's see. I'm going to play through all the way through sunrise so you can see the whole gist of the game here. It's my turn again. I'm going to draw some more cards. So 1, I got Cornelius and Zira. They'll give me a red die. Let's see. What else do they do? Nope, don't want to do that. All right. Got another Cornelius and Zira. That's going to give me a white die. That's 2 actions. Got a purple. That'll give me a reroll. And for my 4th one, I'm going to try an encounter. And for this one, I'm going to try this card that I use as an example. So I need a pair of 3s or higher. I can use Taylor cards. There's what the good and bad stuff do. And I get a certain amount of rerolls. So I'm going to try that one right now. Probably not what I'd really do in the game, but that's just what I'm doing right now. Because I don't have any Taylor cards, so that's really not smart. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so I'm going to roll it. I need to get a pair of 3s or higher. So I got 1 3. I can reroll 2 more times. 1. Nope. Can I manipulate it? I can. Nope. So I failed again. Alright, so let's see what we do for the failure. So failure means I'm going to move the ape and I have to advance the time tracker, which I would have done anyway. But yeah, it advances twice, so it's not good. Yeah. All right, so we're going to move the ape up 1, and then we'll forget that the time moves because I want to show you sunrise. All right, so in sunrise, any card that has a sunrise effect at the bottom with a little sunrise, that effect is going to happen. So in this case, we're going to move the ape again 1. So all the cards are going to do it. So the ape moves 1. This card is character rolls a die, and on an odd number, the character suffers 2 damage. I've been rolling pretty terribly, so I'm sure that's going to happen. Hey, even number. All right. And this one does not have a sunrise, so we're done. Next thing you do is we're going to flip the Planet of the Apes card. And here's what they look like. I'll show it to you, and then I'll read it and go on with it. You do both sections. Sometimes the bottom is a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. Sometimes the top is a good thing, sometimes it's not. In this case, I don't believe it is. So what we're going to do here is each character may spend 1 skill token to heal all their own damage, then advance the ape and Statue of Liberty standees 1 space. I'm not going to do that because I only have 1 damage, so it's not worth it. And then for the rest of this day, until it comes back to sunrise, dice showing the number 1 may not be re-rolled. So the top was good this time and the bottom was bad. And that stays over here so we remember. And that is how you're going to keep playing until either the Statue of Liberty gets down here, or in some of these scenes, if the ape reaches the bottom, you lose. So yeah, we need to get all the way through 8 before everything, the Statue of Liberty and the ape hit 0. If we can do that, then we win. So yeah, that's how you play Planet of the Apes. So let's go up the top, see what we think about it. Alright, so that was Planet of the Apes. I gotta admit, I really do dig this game. I like that it's a co-op, which I don't normally like, but I like that this one rolls dice and it has kind of like the Elder Sign feel. I know it's the same designer, I believe, and so it has a similar feel to Elder Sign, but I kind of like this theme a little better because I can pretend that I'm Charlton Heston and the ape has their hands on me and I'm saying the most famous scene in the movie, which I'm not going to quote, but yeah, I just love that feel. And it's nice that you don't have to, like in Pandemic, you have to go to certain locations to share cards and information. In this game, you don't have to do that. You can just, hey, I have a card, I'm going to take an action, and here you go. Or there's a character that lets you spend a skill token and can take other cards from people to maybe accomplish some missions or something. I like that the options on your turn are simple. It's either usually draw a card, sweep some cards, heal yourself, move the ape back, or do an encounter. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's easy to do. It's easy to learn. The phases of the game are simple. You're just going to take a turn. You're going to move the day tracker around. If it hits sunrise, you're going to do that, and you're going to keep going until either the statue hits 0, the ape hits 0 at a certain point, or you win the game. I like it. I didn't think I would like it, but I do like it. So yes, that is Planet of the Apes from IDW Games. If you enjoyed this review, maybe go try to check it out and pick it up. If you're a fan of co-ops, you definitely need to try this one. And yes, I like it. It's BGM accepted for sure. And I'm definitely looking forward to playing it again. So yes, that was the review. Keep gaming.